and welcome to my hour, or maybe an hour and a half. Sometimes I do tend to run over. So tonight we're going to learn the power of divination. But before we begin, can I just say, tonight is a waxing moon. It's a very special night because it's about manifesting your dreams and your wishes. So because the moon is getting bigger tonight, ready for the big full moon on Thursday, it's a good time to write your wishes down and ask the moon to grant them. The moon can manifest your dreams, your goals, your wishes. So write them down and see what happens. It's a really good night to do it, the waxing moon. Anyway, shall we move on? We're going to learn about divination. This is something I've done all my life. I've used lots of different psychic tools to do fortune telling as such, and we're going to go through a few of them tonight. So what it actually means. So divination, the ancient practice of gaining insight into the future by supernatural means. There's many different methods of divination, so many, too many to name really, but here are just a few of them. Hi, John. Hello, David West. So, the different methods of divination. We've got the tarot cards. We all know the tarot cards. The dowsing pendulum. I Ching, absolutely amazing. Witch doctor's bones, something I use. It's very close to my heart. I absolutely love them. Spirit boards. Palmistry. Rune stones, crystal ball, oracle cards, or playing cards. They are just a few. There are so many different ways of divination. We'll be here all night. Well, we'll be here for weeks and weeks if I was to go through all of them. So tonight I'm going to touch on a few different subjects. So we're going to start with the tarot cards. Hi, Avril. Thank you for joining us all the way from Jersey. Have you had snow over there? We've had plenty in England. Have you had snow in Wales, John? We've had plenty in England. Okay, so the tarot cards. So tarot cards are made of 78 cards. The deck is split into two. The major arcana and the minor arcana. Simple as that. Two different decks in one. The major arcana is made of 22 cards that signify karmic spiritual lessons and journeys. The minor arcana is made of 56 cards that signifies trials and tribulations on a daily basis. Both sets can be used in one reading, or sometimes a psychic reader will just use the major arcana because that's the main trump cards and it just gives you an insight into somebody's life. It's like when it comes to psychic tools and whatever divination you're using, whatever tools you're using, it's you, the sitter, and the connection with the tool. So you can use anything really, as long as even a bucket of water, as long as you can see shapes and images in it. So there's so many different things that we could talk about. That's what I say. So tarot cards, that's how they are made up. Hiya, Kelly Kennedy. How are you? Hi, Nikki Rawle. Thank you for joining me. So the tarot cards, the two separate decks. Firstly, we have the major arcana. The major arcana are the ones that you're used to seeing. So you've got the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor. These are my favorites. Justice, Hanged Man, the Death card, Temperance, the Devil. They all have different meanings. So, I mean, it doesn't matter whether you use them mixed or whether you just use the major arcana. It doesn't matter. But these are all the different meanings of them. Once you do actually lay them out, it will come. It's not just the cards that you're reading. It's where it comes from in your intuition. So sometimes you'll see like an image between you and the card. It's quite amazing. It's quite amazing. The minor arcana, which is the next set, basically. They are just like a set of playing cards. There's different groups. So like you would have hearts, diamonds, spades, clubs. With the minor arcana, usually in a set, they're all different, but usually you would have wands, cups, swords, pentacles. So they're all slightly different. You've got an ace in every one of them. You have the king, the queen, the knave. You have the 10, the 9, the 8, the 7, the 6, the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2. So it's just like a set of playing cards, but they are magical because they are tarot cards. Tarot cards are absolutely amazing. They were once used as a game. In the 15th century, they were used as a game. And then people realized that they were more than that. They were fortune telling. There was a power inside them. So when it comes to the tarot reading, there's different spreads you can use, different angles to look at them. But a basic way of actually reading the cards, a basic sample reading is the Celtic cross. But to use them to start with, you would firstly shuffle the deck. First thing you would do, shuffle the deck. Then you would ask the querent, the sitter who's in front of you, to shuffle, split the deck 3 times. Lay the cards out face down, and then slowly turn each card over and take a note of the position. There's a reason why they're in certain positions when you're doing the spread. Open your intuition and then allow the cards to speak to you. There's many different spreads to use, but the Celtic cross is my favorite. So I'll just show you this one. And here we are, the Celtic cross. So when it comes to different spreads, there's so many different ones. The one I like is this one because it's very simple. So the first card you're laying down, that's the present situation. The card that crosses, number 2, that's the challenges that they have. Number 3, what's to come. Number 4 is the root of their issue. 5 is the past. 6 is the near future. 7 is their personal life. 8 is their career. 9 is their fears. And 10 is the outcome. That's the basic of a reading. And then after that, you would be feeling intuitive. You would look at the aura. You would see images. It depends which, you remember the clair abilities a few weeks ago? It depends which of the clair abilities you're using. I use my clairvoyance. So I would have a crystal ball set out. So I've got the crystal ball there. I'm doing the tarot cards and I'm using images. So I'm seeing psychic images keeps being displayed to me. Do you remember 2 weeks ago when we spoke about the TV, clairvoyant eye, you see that TV in your mind? Well, it's the TV screen that you've got with the tarot cards because you're reading them, but you've also got that image in between, and that's giving you a card is just this textbook. So, for example, temperance represents angels, happiness, inner peace. It's a beautiful card. It's also a medical card. It can represent medical, hospitals, that sort of thing. But then when you're using your clairvoyance and you've got your little TV screen, then you might be seeing something else. It might show you who's going to hospital. So it's really important to allow your crown chakra and your third eye chakra to open, which is what we did a few weeks before. So that's what I mean. It's all needed. So once you open your chakras and you allow that information to come in, then whatever psychic tools you're using, you'll be able to do a reading with. So that is to do with tarot cards. Has anybody had a tarot card on here? I presume you've all had tarot readings. Hi, Jess. Hi, Jess. That was coincidence. That was. I chose your name then. So some of the readings you've had have been out of this world. Amazing. Good. I'm pleased to hear that. I'm so pleased to hear that. Us psychics get a bad deal a lot of the time when really we do our best to open up and to see, to get a good understanding of the images that we see. David West, you love the tarot. They're so accurate and true. Yes, they are. I've been reading the tarot cards since I was a child. I used to do it in between my homework. So I'll be doing my English homework, then I'll put my book to one side, get my tarot cards out. I used to lay them down, flat down, and I used to just concentrate on what I think the card was. And then I'd turn it over and I was right. It's like I got to know them. They became family and friends. That's the best way of describing them. They become part of your life. So I absolutely adore the tarot cards. But who knows about the next subject? I'm just going to touch on different subjects tonight to try and fit it all in. Palmistry, chiromancy, as its real name. So this is the practice of fortune telling by the study of the hand. Now, when it comes to palm reading, a palmist won't just look at the lines, they look at the whole hand, because your hand is showing everything. The shape of your hand, there's gaps in your hand. You know, if you were to look at your hand now, if you just hold it open naturally, are there gaps, or would you hold it like this? Some people are like this. Some people like this. It depends. Is your hand square? Is it long? Long is very artistic, psychic. This is a typical psychic hand. Square hands are very honest, hardworking, brawn hands. And then you've got, if the fingers are slightly bent, they're very intelligent. There's all sorts of different ones. You've got gaps, have you, Jess? Okay, that's good. Very artistic. Artistic gaps is very, very good. Depends where the gaps are. I'd love to be able to see all your hands now, to see what it is that we can see. But yeah, oh, hey, Sean, thank you. Thank you. You love your readings with me. Thank you. I paid Sean to say that. No, I didn't. Thank you, Sean. So yeah, so when it comes to your hand, that they say different things. They all, thank you, Kelly. You loved your reading with me. Thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, so it's to do, so your hand shows a lot in the shape of it. And again, a palmist would look at this. There's not just any hand. Oh no. It's not just any hand. There's certain hands. So your right hand is what you're, get this right. Your left hand is what you're born with. Your right hand is what you make of your life. So whatever you're born with, that's showing you what you're supposed to have in life. But your right hand is what you actually do with it. So it might say there, oh, you're supposed to get married 3 times. But actually in real life, you get married 5 times or once, depends. So it's all there. So basically your right hand is the hand. There's nature and nurture. Your right hand is the hand I always read. So when it comes to palm reading, let's have a little look at the line, shall we? Avril, is it unlucky to buy your own tarot cards, or is it better than... Right, okay. Very good question, Avril McLaren. Very good question. It's not unlucky at all, but it's very special for someone to buy you tarot cards. If I want a set of tarot cards, I do sort of say, can you buy me some of these cards? Because it's so special to have them as a gift. But it's not unlucky to buy your own. It's just the fact that you bought your own. But to have them as a gift is very, very special. Same with crystal ball. Same with any divination, witch doctors, bones, pendulums. It's good to have somebody gift you them, because that's the psychic gift as such that's been given to you. So yeah, so that's traditional. Okay, so let's have a look at your hands, eh? Okay, so these are your main. We can't go through all the lines. There's so many lines on your hand, but these are the main lines. So you've got your heart line at the top, your head line in the middle, and your lifeline. They are the main lines. There's lots of different ones. There's marriage lines at the side, children lines. You've got your career line going straight up. Your fingers are very important because there's lots going on in your fingers. This here, there's something here called your Mount of Venus. And the bigger and the puffier that is, the more passionate you are. Oh yes, did you know that? So that's your passion, that is your Mount of Venus. Here are your bracelets of life. And these say your life, how old you're going to live. Now, a lot of palmists don't do this anymore. They don't talk about people's life age because it worries people, of course. So it's something I don't really talk about anymore with people. But they say each bracelet of life on your wrist there, if you sort of bend your wrist a little bit, each bracelet of life is 25 years. Then you add a little bit on, and you'll see, and that's the actual age that you were, and that's the right hand. That's always on the right hand. So yeah, so there's so much in it. I've just seen David West saying he's very passionate. Are you, David? Right. David West is very passionate. I'm just telling the world there. David, I want to see a picture of your hands to prove it. Are you passionate? I want to see photographs here. So when it comes to your lines, we'll just sort of go through them individually. So your heart line. This is your first major line, and it runs horizontally across your palm, and it shows the quality and the depth of your love. So have a look at your hands. Look at your right hand. Have you got a short, a medium, or a long heart line? So this shows the people out there with short heart lines. You're very cool cucumbers, I say. Very cool in love. You play hard to get. You can be very ruthless, and you might not have a smooth love life. Now, is there anyone out there with a short heart line? Anyone with a short one? So it would literally just go to about there. That'd be it. It would just go, whoop, that's it. You're just a little bit hard work, but you still find love, but you're hard to woo. Simple as that. You're very hard to woo. So anybody out there with a medium heart line, just sort of goes to the middle finger a little bit. Medium heart line. This is the majority of people. These people always meet their soulmates. How nice is that? Easy to love, romantic, faithful, and happy in love. So if you have that line that just goes right to the middle line there, lovely. You know that life's fine. You know your lines don't stop changing until you're 21. I have a few people that come to see me for readings and they're only 18, 17. And I'll say to them, your lines don't stop changing until you're 21. So it's best to wait until you're 21 to have a reading. But anybody over 21 can now look at the hands and see where their lines end up. So the middle one's quite a good one. It's the highly recommended line because it's about soulmates, it's about romance, it's about being faithful, it's about being happy. Not that the short one isn't, but the middle one is a good one, medium one. The long heart line, the one that goes right to the first finger. Lots of upheavals in your love life. Very romantic, too sensitive. You may undergo a lot of hardships in finding true happipiness. Maybe. So it's about the longer it is, the more high maintenance you are. Does that sound right with anyone out there? The more high maintenance you are. You might have a lot of different lovers in your life, a lot of upheavals, very romantic. You will fall in love all the time and fall out of love just as quick. But you will find true happiness. You know, your heart line is beautiful. All the little lines that go through your heart line are all the people that you meet in life. And I have seen palms where there's just like two. You know, you get people and there's just two lines and that's it. It's like they're only really allowing their heart to open up to two people. And then I get some where 100 go through there. So you always hear people talking and with the boyfriends and girlfriends saying, so how many boyfriends and girlfriends have you had before me? Well, just look at the palm. That'll tell you how many lines are through there. All the people that have touched their heart are all in there. But it's not only lovers, it's friends, family. It's just people that have touched your life are all in that top line. There you go. All your lines. Okay, so the next line we're going to look at is your headline. The headline is very unique to everybody. nobody, you don't get two of the same. Every individual, it can reveal their true personality. So this is the true you. It doesn't matter how you act. You can pretend you're somebody, but it doesn't matter, because it's what is in the hand. The hand is the truth. So no matter what you're saying to someone, if you just look at someone's right hand, that tells the truth. So the headline. Jessica, I'm going to have a palm reading now. Okay, so the headline is unique. Yeah, so the short headline: indecisive, scatty, impulsive, and scattered energies. So if that line's only going to there, then that's who you are. There's nothing wrong with that. It's fine to have scattered energies and be a little bit unfocused. That's no problem. It's not a bad thing to be a bit scatty. A lot of people can be a bit scatty. I'm sort of saying that because that's kind of mine. So it's fine. It's very good to be a bit scatty. Scattered energies everywhere. Why not? But it's not a bad thing. It's just, that's where it is. That's your short headline. Your medium headline. People think lines that go a little bit further down. Very clever, very smart, very creative, very intelligent, level-headed, balanced, and very good-natured. Lovely, lovely people. I think so far what we're finding is any line that sort of lands, that ends in the middle, is highly recommended, isn't it? But yeah, if it's just medium, that's really good. So it's just, so can you see mine? You can't really, can you? So mine does go down to the middle there. Have I just made that bit up? No, it does. It goes down to the middle. And that's just to do with your intelligence. Intelligent, creative, good-natured, kind-hearted. Very nice. Now, the long headline: very empathic, very understanding, very compassionate, very considerate, overthinking, and mood swings. A lot people with a long headline, yes. Mood swings, yes, very much so. Sometimes if the headline is going straight down to the end of the hand, that's fine. If it's coming straight down next to the lifeline, down to the middle bit, that's slightly different. It can be a little bit, that person can have a lot of downtime, a little bit low esteem, that sort of thing, low self-esteem. But yeah, when it comes to long, very, very empathic, very understanding, very compassionate, worry about the whole world. Lovely people, lovely, lovely people. So the next one, your lifeline. Your lifeline is connecting to your health and strength and how you overcome challenges. It is just a myth that a short lifeline is a short life. It's a myth. That isn't the case. Like I say, it's in your wrist. That is all your bracelets of life. But when it comes to your lifeline, so that's there, going all the way down there. So a short lifeline, lack of energy. You can have a lack of energy just by having a short lifeline. You can be more of a thinker, more of a doer, a little bit of a daydreamer. So not a problem. Just some people are naturally, they don't have a high energy. Some people are just quieter, good, deep thinkers. Going back to the headline, if you have a little fork at the end of it, that's a sign of a writer. And I always say it's called a writer's fork. And I find this a little bit with the lifeline. A lot of people's short lifelines make good writers because they're deep thinkers, poets, that sort of thing. So it's not about a short life. It's just a bit more lack of energy. Okay, so your medium lifeline, very healthy, strong, energetic, can be good at sports, very fit. And that's not just, that's all your organs, all the internal organs can be really healthy, which is really good. Living life to its full. So that's about right. For it to end there is about right. That's about right. because I'm saying about right, there's no right and wrong with it, but it's a good one because it means that you live life to its fullest, which is a good thing to do. In a healthy, you have a healthy mind, a healthy outlook, very fit, very fortunate, very happy. So a long one. Jess, I've just seen there that you said you've got a fork on your headline. That's a writer's fork. That's a writer. So you should be writing something. That's a writer. Okay, so your long lifeline. Lucky. Amazing resistance to diseases. Healthy, happy, fortunate with inner peace. If somebody does say to me that they've got an illness and I look on their palm and their lifeline's going all the way around their wrist, I know that they're going to be fine. No matter what, they're going to get cured of it because they have got a resistance to disease like there's nothing. It's amazing. So if your line goes all the way around there, then that's absolutely fantastic. It can never be. It's just the best you can get, really. I've just read David West, long lifeline. I know I should put that long lifeline, long all round, long legs to go with it. Right, David. Long legs, long lines. So it's a long life. So it's all good. Have you got loads of bracelets of life down there? They're going down there to your elbow. Well done. This is good. No denying your palm is true. Wow, says Jess. Absolutely amazing. It is. It's fascinating. Your palms are fascinating. Just to look at your palms are unbelievable. And I have had a lot of people saying to me, I had my palm read when I was a child. Well, you can't really. There's a lot more to have. A lot more lines to appear as you get older. So wait till you're 21 and then have your palm read. That's what I say. Also, on your lifeline, it might not be straight. If you get little islands, you might see little circles in it all the way down. That's a sign of being accident prone. So anybody out there that's accident prone, if there's any breaks in it, you've got to go back to work. Bye, Jess. Thank you for coming. Thank you. If you've got little lines in it, it could be a sign of maybe a little bit of a minor accident in life. Sometimes people have these accidents in life and the life changes, and that could be just by little breaks, little circles, or accident prone. But a straight, clean lifeline is just very, very, very healthy. Okay, so let's move on, shall we? Do you all understand that about your palmistry? Jess? Hey, Jess? You've got islands in your heartline. In your heartline? Oh, have you really? Okay. Islands in your heartline is slightly different. Islands in your lifeline is one thing. Islands in your heartline is slightly different. That is, sometimes they say we have to kiss a few princes to find a prince, frogs to find a prince and frogs to find a princess, maybe. That's what your little circles are. So it's people that come and go in your life that you kind of wanted it to happen, you wanted it to work, but it didn't. And they come across as islands, little islands in your heartline. Little accidents in your heartline. Nothing about your health, it's more about emotions. Okay, so next, let's move on, shall we? There's so much we could talk about, but let's move on to tea leaves. Tasseography. Okay, so this is a fortune-telling method that interprets patterns in tea leaves. So you will need a teacup, tea, hot water, and intuition. When we focus our intention on the tea, leaves become energetic conduits. When prompted with a question, they can reveal hidden blockages, advice, and forecast the future. These mystical messages are embedded within the wet leaves. Now, when it comes to reading tea leaves, it's a beautiful ritual. It's the most lovely way to do something. You would hold your teacup and you would sit together, and you would sit with somebody, and then you would drink your tea mindfully. So this is like how you would do it. And think of your question. And then once you leave about a teaspoon of liquid remaining. So basically then you start the swirling ritual. This ritual, the gypsies would have done this many, many moons ago. And this swirling ritual, it's a big event. It's families sit together to do tea leaf reading. It's a beautiful event, and it creates a beautiful energy. So you do the swirling ritual, and then with your left hand, you then turn the cup over onto the saucer, and you rotate it 3 times. 3 times. Then you turn the cup back upright again with the handle facing you. So the handle's facing you. And then tea leaves that are close to the handle are your immediate surroundings. Tea leaves across from the handle, so the opposite, are outside influences. The rim symbolizes the present, and the sides represent the near future. The bottom of the cup signifies the far future. It's really lovely. And what you're looking for basically is symbols. You're looking for symbols in the tea leaves. So I'll just give you like a little example of this. You may see a heart. A heart would represent a lover, marriage. There's so many different things. Depends what question that they've asked you. You could see a hen, which would be in addition to the family. So, babies, not just babies though. Addition to the family can mean an outsider coming into the family. So there's a newcomer, whether it's a baby or it would depend what's next to that leaf. It depends what shape is next to it. Horse, prosperity. That's a result of a journey. The hourglass is very obvious. There's a lot. That's one of the most seen in a teacup is the hourglass, and it's danger. So you hear a lot of people, they'll look into the card, they go, oh, danger, and it's because they've seen that. Yeah, so it's very prominent. That is. You could see human figures. You could see an ivy leaf. You could see a key. A key is a problem solved. So business improvements, that sort of thing. A ladder, so travel after great success. Letters, they can mean good news coming. They're also, in this day and age, they're a sign of emails. I know, just like on your computer. Isn't that amazing? And then you've got the lily, which is happiness and true friends. There's all sorts of different, when you see the shapes in there, they will start to mean something to you. So I just want to show you this because, as they say in Blue Peter, this is one I did earlier. And this is a little teacup that I did earlier for someone. So I'm just going to hold, now remember the handle. So I'm just going to hold that up. What can you see? This person asked about their career. What can you see in there? So remember any symbols that you see. What? Money. Are you seeing money there, Jess? Are you seeing money in there? Ironically, there is a lot of money in there. There is, because right deep in the center, I'm seeing a city. It's like London City, and you see a dancer. Do you, Sean, see a dancer? When it comes to the city, I see a very high-paid job in the city. So I see a change of direction coming. Influences around are promotion. I see promotion around. Dancer can signify happy days. It literally signifies happy days. So that would make sense if you were to see a dancer, because I've got a lot of happiness in this tea leaf reading. Can you see a horseshoe, Kelly? Where are you seeing the horseshoe? Let me just see that. Because you do, it's amazing what starts to show to you. Tea leaves are amazing. Avril, that's really interesting that you've seen two people exchanging contracts, because it's all about a new job. This is all about this person having a new job. I can see it in like a city of London, and that's quite amazing, because across from the handle is the outside influences, and this is where the exchanging of contracts is coming. So that's quite amazing that you're seeing that. I'm really quite impressed with that. You've got a kangaroo dress. Exactly. Well, that would, so what would that mean to you? Would that mean travel? Would that mean Australia? Because that's exactly what this is. A big angel spreading the wings. Sean, the whole of this person is to do with angels, angelic, everything to do with angelic. So what you're seeing is right there. The angel, David West. Yep, angel. Are you David? Are you an angel? Yeah, that is definitely what you're seeing there. The angel wings, very powerful, very blessed. This person will be very in touch with their spirit guides, and will have a fantastic time when in London. So this is all good. This is all good. This person's tea leaves are lovely. So remember, where you see the country, you see a horseshoe. Just have a look at that, Kelly. Oh, I see where you're looking. Okay, I see your horseshoe. Well, okay, exactly. Different things for luck. Horseshoes represent luck, real luck. So that could be you are literally, this person isn't just getting this job out of skill. This person's getting this job out of luck, because what you're seeing in there, Jenny, is that me that you're calling a witch? Are you seeing a witch in there? A witch could be represented by spirit guides as well, because this person whose tea leaves are in here, it would work with the spirit world, would work with angels, would work with the magical world, which would be witches, is looking for a beautiful career in the city, and would have the luck, the horseshoe, that is bringing in luck for them, and the exchange of the contracts. So basically, it's all good. That's what you've all seen there is right. What tea leaves do I use? Okay, so there's all sorts of different tea leaves to use. People are very superstitious about what tea leaves they use. A lot of them just use, the black tea. Some, they're all different. With the modern way of doing this is the modern way, is a tea bag of any sort, and you put the tea bag in, and then you drink it with the tea bag in. Then when you get down to about a spoonful of liquid, then you tear the tea bag in, and then you do the swirling ritual, and you just hold the cup and you just ask for the greatest intent for this person's reading. And then again, with your left hand, turn it over, turn it 3 times, turn it over, and then see what you see. I know that a lot of them are accurate. A lot of the different things I've spoken about tonight are absolutely accurate, but I also think it's a person that's doing it. It's a tool for them. Shauna, hi Shauna. Thank you for your teaching. Thank you. You're finding this to be valuable. You were a born medium, but haven't explored tea root apart. Okay. Spark more interest. I like the simplistic way you teach. That's because I am very simple. I'm very simple. So basically, I like to talk in layman's terms so people can understand it. When it comes to the spiritual side of life, people get a little bit scared with jargon. There's so many words out there. You think, oh, I'm not going to be good enough to do that. You are. We've all got tea bags in our cupboard, and we can all do a tea leaf reading. And it may stem back hundreds of years, but it's so accurate. And then when it comes to the palm, it's all there. It's amazing. It's all there on our hands to see. And like I say, the left is what you're born with, right is what you make of it. So it's the right one that you read. Any tool, and gorgeous. Thank you, Avril. Any tool that you use is a way of reflecting your psychic mind. So you channel it through your right brain. I always say it comes from your right brain and your third eye chakra, and then that channel of information comes through. You've got your psychic tools, and then you use it. This is dowsing. Now, can you see that beautiful pendulum? We make these. In fact, Mark, who's sitting next to me now, my partner, makes these. And these are healing generators. Filled with selenite, beautiful crystals, copper. They are organite, really. And what they do is, what you do with we make these, we sell these on the website. They're beautiful. So you would ask a pendulum, this is to connect to my higher self. So let me come back so you can see I'm not actually moving it. So I'll say, will you work with me? Will you work with me? So it's moving. Okay, so show me a yes. Hiya, Gary. Do you know why you love watching others working? So you can have a night off. Isn't that right? So show me a yes. Oh, it's going, hey, the pendulum's saying yes there, Gary. Okay, show me a no, show me a no, show me a no, show me a no, show me a no. Wow, okay, right, it's going, it's just swinging. It's swinging. So that's a no. So then any questions? Hi, Mark. So any questions? In fact, does anyone want to ask me a question while I'm in the zone? I'm in the pendulum zone. Shauna, I like you. Any questions on? Does anyone want a quick yes or no? Not just a quick yes or no. I'll ask it to stop. Stop. I'll tell you what, Shauna, I'll ask a question for you. Will Shauna start to use more fortune telling tools? Yes. I actually thought I was going to say no, that yes. So Shauna, you are a natural born clairvoyant, a natural born medium, but I feel that you'll start to use more of the psychic tools because it's about all it's about going back to source, and this is what people did use, you know, and I think you will use more of this because there's a little bit of gypsy blood in you somewhere. I can feel it, and I think that this, you know, pendulums, tea leaf reading, all this is magical. So yeah, I think you might get a little bit more into the psychic tools, and it's so powerful, helps you to connect with your higher self. Should you go on a holiday in February? Oh yes, lovely holiday. Oh no, Avril. Pendulum says no. Computer says no. You know, I like you too. I'll reach out. Thank you, Shauna. Avril, I'm really sorry. Now, I'm really sorry because we all want a holiday, okay? We all want to go on holiday. And I would love you to go on holiday. But the pendulum says no. And the pendulum has its last word. Whatever the pendulum says is a no. So, so no, don't go on holiday, but maybe later on in the year. Hang on. Will Avril go on holiday? Hiya, Tina Lee. Thank you for joining. Will Avril go on holiday later on in the year? Will Avril crying? Don't cry, Avril. Yes, you will. It's going swing in the opposite way, though. Okay, I'm just feeling what that is. You will go on holiday. I think you'll go back to somewhere you've been before because it's swinging backwards. And you will go on holiday later in the year, but not February. You see, the virus hasn't gone yet. It will go. It was only meant to stay 2 years. It will go, but it's not gone yet. Okay, so just not yet. What did I see before with Gary? Did Gary say did Gary say something? Gary. I can see. You'd be lost without your pendulum. Where? What? I've just seen these.
No, so that works.
Right. Right. Should you move to Cornwall? Sorry, I've got Gary in my mind there. Gary Fields. He just come into my head then. Right. Okay. Jess, should you move to Cornwall? Should you move to Cornwall? Oh, yes. Yes, I know you can't quite see the top of my hand there. So, yes, move to Cornwall. Kelly, you live in Cornwall, but psychologically you wrote you love Cornwall then, didn't you? You love in Cornwall. Do you really? Yeah, yes, it's absolutely yes. Tina, will you go to Scotland in April? I think it's going no.
Cancelled.
No, it's saying no. It's saying no to April. Is it a wedding or something? Is it particularly go there? Well, I was going backwards again. Will Tina go on holiday? You will go on holiday, not April. Not April, but you will go on holiday. Okay. Right. So that's just Eddie, Turkish delight, more like. Turkish delight, more like. What have you answered? I think there's a bit of banter going on here. Are you having fun on my night? So you should. So you should. Gary Bowen and Helen's. Gary, I didn't say that. That's Sean saying that to you. But yeah, you should, because they're amazing. I even put cremation ashes in these. A lot of people have their loved ones' ashes placed inside the pendulum as a way of connecting with their loved ones, to help them to connect to their higher self. My sister, who isn't online tonight, but she's got her doggy's ashes in hers, and he's called Harley. So she'd say, Harley, is there a spirit in the room? Yes. And she'd actually ask him. So cremation ashes can be placed in there. Okay, so Tina, you've cancelled 4 times so far. Just ask me before you book it. Just ask me. Okay, so right, so that's your dowsing pendulums. So I'm just going to do, because I know I've got to fit it all in, I'm going to do a quick chat, a very quick chat on rune stones. Runes are amazing. Got my runes here. Yes, I have. Bag of runes, amazing. There's something about when it comes to putting your hand in a bag of runes, do you hear that sound? One of them just clicks into your hand, and there's something very special, very, very special about it. That's just come up as fertility. I don't know where that's just come from. My boyfriend's just running a mile here now, but that's just come up as fertility. I don't know where. But basically, they all mean different things. So rune stones and their meanings. Okay, so the rune stones are the Viking alphabet. In a nutshell, it's the Viking alphabet. Now, rune stones are so special, and like I say, I've had mine since I was little, and they're amazing. You cast them, so you basically will do. You've got your own faithful one you work with at the minute, Gary. I've got loads of different pendulums. I've had since I was 3. I've had little ones, and they've got bigger and bigger and bigger. And now I use my big massive one. It's lovely. I love pendulums. But just going back to the runes, they're the Viking alphabet, and you cast them. So you shape them, cast them. Beautiful name, isn't it? And then you see where they land. But basically, you can just choose one, and the one that just came into my hand. Then there's a reason that came into my hand. So they all mean different things, and these just give you a little idea of the meanings. So Feu, the first one, wealth. That's the one everybody wants to see. The Wunjo there, which is for joy and success. It's also very powerful for travel, that one. See a lot of people with that when it comes to when they're traveling around. I see a lot of people with necklaces with that on. And also the one that looks like an R, Rado, for journey and change. Really, really good. They're all lovely. They're all scarily accurate. Rune stones are scarily accurate. There's that many different tools I use. Witch doctor's bones, rune stones, I Ching, everything. I use everything to get a full in-depth reading for someone. But the rune stones are magical, and they're very personable. I know a lot of people. It will be Kelly, your Celtic blood. Oh, really? They're amazing. They do draw you to them. They're very powerful. And I know a lot of businessmen. Helen made me a stunning pendulum, and Jolene bought me a gorgeous one too. Oh, Karen, you are lovely. Thank you. Yes. So when it comes to personal, just asking a question, I know a lot of big businessmen. I will not mention any names, but I know that when it comes to making big business decisions, they will literally go into the men's toilets in their big, huge company and put the hand in the bag and choose a rune, and that will be a big business decision based on the rune. They're that powerful. So everyone should have a set of runes. You know, in the olden days, it was good to make them. You'd go and choose the best wood, and you'd engrave wooden shapes on them, which is the Viking alphabet. I like the stone ones, as you can tell, because I love the sound. That's that lovely sound of the. Oh, that's just so nice. That's just so nice. It's just lovely. Just pick that out there. Okay, so we've got here Revelations. There's going to be some revelations coming. Emotions. Counsel. So there's going to be high emotions, which there will be Thursday because there's a full moon. But this is a lovely, powerful rune. I can feel it. There's all in every pack. What do you call them? Pack of runes. There's always a blank one. And for years, I used to always choose the blank one. And I think it's astounding because then you just make your own path. You make your own path. Shana, what was Shana's there? You've had clients do this too. It's very true. It is very true. Thank you. Yes, it's very true. So runes are amazing. Very, 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 very powerful. There's so many different tools of divination. But when it comes to the ones I've touched on tonight, they are tried and tested. I've used them all my life. Runestones, tarot cards. I was born with the tarot cards in my hand. So there's so many different ways, but what they do, these divination tools is they open up your psychic mind. So while I've got you all here, and all your psychic minds are now open because we're talking about psychic things, we're talking about divination, we're thinking of questions in our mind, and your right brain is starting to open, isn't it? It is, I know. So while it's open, we're going to do a little psychic exercise. So keep your mind open now. Remember, first thing that comes into your head, whether it's a thought, it's a word, whether you hear it, whether it's a colour or a smell, first thing that comes into your head is the right answer. Psychic exercise. Take a look at this photo. Look at him. What do you feel? What do you see? What do you hear? Any impressions that come to you? Any smells, any words, a name, a date? Was he good or was he bad? First thing that comes into your head. What do you think? What do you think, everybody? First thing that comes into your head. You could be right there. You could be right there, Shauna. You could be right there. I won't say too much at the moment. You could be right there too, Jess. It's a hard one, this, because a lot of the time you're all out there with the words that have come into your head, but saying it, you sort of feel scared to actually put it on there. Yeah, you could be right there, Sean. Yeah, you're a bit scared to actually write it down. But when it comes to, and it doesn't matter if you right or wrong, it's just a little exercise. But it's just because we've been talking about it, it comes into your head. It's interesting, that is. Gary and David both said the same thing there. That is interesting. So, shall I give you some answers on this one? Are you ready for this? The answer is he was bad, or maybe good, depending on your outlook. This is Jack Kevorkian and his van, which is in the Haunted Museum in Las Vegas. Has anybody ever been there? I've actually seen this. I've been there to see this, and it's so eerie. Oh my God. So he was born in May the 26th. He died 1928. He died 2011. He's an American pathologist and euthanasia proponent. He championed a terminal patient's right to die by physician-assisted suicide. So embodied in his quote, "Dying is not a crime," is what he said. So basically, people that were dying, in a nutshell, people that were dying, you see the camper van? People would come to him and pay him, which is where Gary and David have got the money from. And then he would put them in the camper van. He would play this sort of operatic music. I even think the music was quite disturbing, but it's very classical, powerful music. And all they would see was the roof of his camper van. That's all they would see is the roof, while he slowly sent them to heaven, basically. That's what he did. It was assisted suicide. Was he good? These people paid him to do that. They couldn't live any longer as they were. Was he bad? Was it, whatever it is you feel from him? I've got a chill, an absolute chill to the bone as I think of him. And when I saw that camper van, the energy I got from it wasn't good. It wasn't doing anyone a favour. It was a little bit of an excuse. It was like murder, but as he says it, suicide isn't a crime. So yeah, so very, very interesting, very, very, very interesting man. Very interesting museum, the Haunted Museum. It's got lots of artifacts in there. It's quite terrifying, but terrifyingly good. It's somewhere you've just got to go. But yeah, his camper van, I think, was just the feeling I got was wasn't good. I think it was more power, which is what you said, Sean. Power. Yeah, Kelly, untrustworthy, extremely untrustworthy. So yeah, I think you've all sort of summed him up quite well, really. Jess, you don't think his motives are well intended? No, I know. I don't know. I mean, he helped so many people, because when people are coming to the end of their life, they might need something else. They don't want to. They know what the next few months have got in store for them, so they would come to him for that passing. But you'd think there'd be a better way of doing it, or a even nicer thing for them to look at than just the ceiling of his camper van. That's what I felt when I went. It was a horrible feeling. And it's a horrible feeling in there. There's something called psychometry, where you touch this one with crystals, where you touch an object, put your hand over it, and the vibration of that object, you'll get information and it'll come into your mind. And it's really powerful. Psychometry is amazing. We'll talk about that in the future. So ready for another psychic exercise? See, that was easy, wasn't it? So open your mind, open your mind. Just allow the first thing that comes into your head. Look at him. What do you feel? What do you see? What do you hear? Any impressions that come to you? Any smells, words, a name, a date? Was he good? Or was he bad? What made you say that, Christine? Hiya, Christine. I haven't seen you on here tonight. Hiya, Christine. What made you say that? David, you're saying intelligent. Gary, you've got a boxer or a fighter. I can see where you're coming from with this. Jess, you've got boxer. Do you know what I find happens? I do Zoom classes. I have a patron site where people subscribe, and it's my own little paranormal club. It's fantastic, and we do a lot of Zoom classes. And I always find when people are tuning in like this, we all sort of tune into each other's thoughts. And I find a lot of the time when somebody's thought something or said, the other person's thinking the same. And I think there, Gary and Jess, you've just completely tuned into each other then. Honestly, I think that happens. That can happen. Okay. Right. Shall I give you the answers? Drum roll. He was good. And he was Mark's relative. Yes. It's Captain Matthew Webb. So he was the first recorded person to swim the English Channel. There you go, Christy. For sport. He was very sporty, Gary. Very sporty, Jess. So without the use of artificial aids. So in 1875, he swam from Dover to Calais in less than 22 hours. This made him a massive celebrity, just like David Beckham in modern day. And he performed many stunts in public. He died trying to swim the whirlpool rapids below Niagara Falls, a feat declared impossible. And there's a poem named after him, A Shropshire Lad, and that's how the poem is. But I have to say, have you heard of Horrible Histories? You know, the children watch Horrible Histories. Well, sadly, he was on the stupid deaths. Stupid deaths, stupid death. He was on it for trying to swim the impossible whirlpool, but he died trying, and that's important. So yeah, so Captain Webb, good man, stroppy lad. So anything that you'd pick up there, whether it comes to boxing and sport, because he was very sporty, swimming, fantastic, a good man, definitely. Athletic diver, water, Kelly, spot on. So everything that you pick up there is what you is right. So actually, you've all done really well. David, you just said you were way out. Wow, what did you get? What did you say? Intelligent. He wasn't. He was intelligent. He was intelligent. He was an officer in the army. He was a captain. So he was very intelligent. Just his idea of swimming the whirlpools probably weren't intelligent. But yeah, he was intelligent. So no, you were right. You're absolutely spot on. You were all spot on. And that's what happens. Collective psychic mind. We're all starting to tune into each other. We're all tuning into our higher self, and we're all tuning into our right-sided brain, which is bringing all the psychic energy through. So it's amazing. If we carried on now for another hour, oh my God, our psychic energy would be right through the roof. But sadly, it's come to an end. It's just so quick. The hour just flies by. I might start doing the Heavenly Helen 10 hours. How's that sound? What do you mean? No. Anyway, I'm just going to summarize. I'm just going to go back to all the different divination tools that we've got, that we've looked at, what we can use. So we have, just going back to there's so many, but this is just what we're touching on tonight. So the tarot cards we've looked at, the tea leaves we've looked at palmistry, and we've looked at runes. We've looked at pendulum. That wasn't even on there. But we've still got to look at the I Ching, which is amazing, absolutely extraordinarily amazing. And the witch doctor bones, which is very close to my heart. I love them. Ouija boards, spirit boards. I love our spirit boards. Numerology, oracle cards, playing cards, crystal ball. I've been reading crystal ball since I was a child. I'm just going to show you this one here. Well, that many of them. This beautiful little crystal ball there, my tiny one. This is what I used as a child. And it seemed huge in my little child hands. And now I use a massive crystal ball, which literally broke my table when I bought it. So psychic tools are amazing. Christine, it is a shame you missed the beginning, and you're definitely going to watch it back through. Thank you. That's lovely. David, we're trying to open ourselves out through hemisync. So go back to what David's just trying to open ourselves out through hemisync, working really well. Yeah. When it comes to meditation and opening ourselves up, we're all trying to open ourselves up. We all want to live our life on a high vibration, and the higher the better. You can eat high vibrational foods, you can think high vibrational thoughts, and you can use crystals, which are amazing, absolutely amazing. The healing products that we do, the generators, these are there. If you go on my website, heavenlyhelen.co.uk, you can see all these. This is the pyramids that we make. They're really, really powerful. And, this is organite. So having something like that in your house is really powerful. That one little pyramid like that can actually do the whole house, can make the whole house cleansed, super, super cleansed. See the crystals in there? It's really powerful, really powerful. Filled with crystals and glitter. You've got to have a bit of glitter, and different minerals, different bronzes and aluminium and shavings, and what they do all together, mixed together, basically cleanses you of any electrical energy in your house, any negative energy. So they're really, really powerful. Eddie, thank you for a very interesting segment. Lots to think about now. There is lots to think about, because there's lots of divination tools you can use, and why not use them? They are there. They've been there for centuries, and we can use them. So it's amazing. Called the Gateway Experience Program. David, it sounds good. The Gateway Experience Program sounds great. It is a gateway, isn't it? A gateway to your higher self, gateway to the other side. So thank you so much. I absolutely love you tuning in. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your comments. I love seeing your comments. And I really hope that you all have a little go at something, even if it's just tea leaves. Tonight, make yourself a cup of tea and then just do your little ritual and then see what you see. It is amazing. So thank you all for everything. I love you all. And if you come onto my website and if you've got any questions, then please just ask me. So thank you. I love you. And I will see you in 2 weeks' time. Thank you. Mwah. Love you. Bye.